After you learn how to use the standard problem-solving process, it starts to become like muscle memory. I use the analogy of golfing a lot for this because I don't ever really golf. I find that every time I pick up a golf club, it feels awkward in my hands, and when I swing it, it feels like a foreign object to me. I'm a really bad golfer because I don't golf often and I don't practice. Using the problem-solving process can feel the same way at first. The way to get better at it is to practice. Remember, at this point, it's more important to do the problem-solving process a lot than it is to really solve problems. Every once in a while, you'll solve a problem, but for now, just focus on practicing it by doing it all the time. When you start to get that muscle memory for problem solving, you begin to realize that sometimes your point of recognition leads to a point of cause in someone else's process. There is a standard way to move the problem solving to someone else. In our system, teams are the basic organizational building blocks. When you bump into a point of cause that is where someone else is working in the process, raise the problem to the attention of your team leader. Let's think about how to do that using everything we've learned so far. First, if you raise a problem to your team leader, you're communicating a problem. Luckily, we have a standard way to communicate problems. We do that by using the problem-solving sheet and by briefing the problem. You could brief the problem you hope to raise to the team leader at the daily meeting. For some problems, it makes sense for you to brief outside of the daily meeting. When you raise the problem, your team leader will decide whether to keep the problem scaled so that you can solve it and or move the problem to someone else to solve, maybe even himself. How the team leader responds, how a teammate responds to you raising a problem outside of your ability to solve, depends a lot on how the cultural transformation is going. Let's talk about that next.